Hello.
Hello.
We are so online.
We are.
Is it good or bad? I'm not sure.
Oh, hold on. I gotta turn on the light in the other room for my dogs. I did it from my phone.
Technology is being used for goods and for services.
I turned on the light in my other room so that my dogs have light. I got a new lamp. It was like $20, and I got a smart light bulb to put in it, and I can connect to it with my phone.
I do believe that's how they work.
Magic.
Yeah.
It's magical.
I think it's infrared, actually.
My dogs don't have to. It's Bluetooth.
Right, it is your phone. You're right.
And my dogs don't have to be in utter darkness any longer.
Again, I don't know why you were putting your dogs in the shadow realm. I think you could have let them out of there.
The only light that I had are the ceiling lights, which are too many of them. There are, in this room alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 ceiling lights in this room alone, and they're all connected to one switch, so they all come on. In the other room, there's like 3 more. So
you seem to like those
I
lights.
don't. They're very they I don't know why there's so many of them, but there's a lot. So my lights before were only those lights, which I never turn on because there's so fucking many of them. The light that I have behind my my iPhone that I do for VTubing, and now a lamp in my other room for my dogs. I did have Christmas lights strewn up like all of last year, but literally right before December this year they broke. So they've been in utter darkness over there, but it's fine because they usually bring themselves over here. They bring themselves over to
the side of the light, of course.
Over on the side of the light, yeah. You connect the bulbs itself, not the lamp. I think it's the lamp. I don't remember. Whatever it is. It's a bulb that changes color connected to a lamp that I can turn on and off with my phone. I don't know. Do you think I understand technology? I'm some kind of I'm a magician. I only deal in magic and shit.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm a woman.
But I'm not.
Not today.
Wait, did it not switch? Hold on, let me go look.
No, it switched.
But I'm not.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, but you were like, well, and it's like, what else were you gonna say?
Women. Anyway, we should probably go into
This gender fluid thing was a mistake. I think we gave you too much power.
We're gonna go into the room now.
We've got the fucking avatar here doing whatever. First episode of Korra, just breaking through a door.
So we're here, mood lighting.
Yeah, it was important.
It was very important. Look at that. Look at everybody in the cart. Look at them all. They're great. They're wonderful. Who wants to tell me how they ended up there?
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's get this over with. Let's keep it speedy. So last time in Curse of the Quietmarch, you may have been here or not. If you're not, welcome. If you're not, I don't care. You're here now. The team separates for a bit. Kaen'rel tries to steal and is gaslit by Law into thinking that Archenemy was here the whole time. And inevitably, Kaen'rel and Toledo harass the street vendor until he gives them 2 glass and they leave.
This one.
Meanwhile, nice one. Yeah, that's him. Meanwhile, Fabio is going over with Kale to the adventures area. Turns out that Monkio is the poor guy, since he's considered not a turtle but a Dragovic. He doesn't have that many rights. I mean, he's allowed to technically, but people make a fuss about it. So he's gonna go hunt gerbils.
No, gerbils for their meat.
For their meat.
No.
And instead they talk to his friend Raven, who mentions that there is something of a thing happening further up north. There's been holes in ground. Ground's got holes in it. And I don't know if you know about it, but they're not like potholes. This is like, these are pretty big. These are big holes. And
Like this one.
also, it ate up the mansion of one of the guys who also happens to like casually own a private military of adventurers he keeps hiring.
You remember the guy's name?
So, nope.
Lord Farquaad.
Close enough. Go ahead.
Fuck it. I took notes of some names, not that one. Fuck that guy. I don't have to remember the
Fuck
rich.
that guy. We don't have to talk about. We don't have to think about him. This seasonal campaign might be done before we ever have to think about him.
Yeah. Keeping it real, baby. Anyway, team goes over to the hole. They meet a lizard guy named the Car, and he is in this area because, as you understand, holes in ground, these are not normal. This caved in. There were children fell in the hole, people fell in the hole, ruins fell in the hole. However, in the sewers, no ruins, which is strange, because you'd think where there's holes, there's ruins, but there is no ruins, but there is hole. So they strike up an agreement.
With this man's.
Yep. If those children, which is, again, if I had a nickel for each time in this campaign where we had to save a bunch of children, we'd have 2 nickels, which is strange that it's happened twice. We would go and try to find some kind of like an amulet thing that the Templars carry in the tower that allows them to agonizingly slow their death to seconds, but it would save them if they were still down there. And in the tower, there is like a Templar that's a wizard now, named Emphea, who probably still has that amulet around, and we're going to go and procure it so that we can do that as well. Get in there and try to perhaps save children if they are alive. Which is convenient because we also have to go there for other children reasons. A lot of children reasons.
You guys save a lot
happening.
of children. It's good for you guys.
Yeah. Little brothers and shit. Like in a non-sexual manner.
Oh,
and,
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And we all, with our new friend, also prepare and get ready to create something for Kaibeli's date. Or strategic information. We make porn dogs for that. They date. In other words, they exchange strategic information, which means they also get drunk, mostly Kaibeli. We learned that the monk Io is from a nomadic tribe, and he's been all around these. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Also, he's God game. First of all, dude's got game. First of all, second of all, that. And third of all, well, they were talking to each other and getting to know each other a little better. By that I mean Kaibeli mostly talking around in circles because Kaibeli would sooner die than reveal an iota of who she is. But she was experiencing something really good for her. They do mention that he had been up at a temple and he had been thoroughly humbled in that temple. It's mysteriously marked orange. We don't know why.
Some kind of weird monk in this orange square that beat him up.
Yeah. And they agree that at some point, maybe around that area, there's also pretty nice beaches. Maybe they could go there if Kaibeli ever allows herself to feel an iota of vulnerability.
One of these beaches here.
Yeah.
Or maybe this one, but this one only one person probably could tell you about.
By the end of the seasonal campaign, who knows? I think Fabio could keep it up if he kept trying. Anyway, the team... It's okay. The team reunites, they exchange the information, put Kaibeli back in the car because Kaen'rel is very drunk and very emotional because she had an expression of vulnerability and she doesn't know what to do about it. And the team prepares to potentially in the morning go into the tower and do the things.
Heck yeah, that's very good. You did it. That was wonderful. I don't think there's much else that can be said about it. The person's
Thank
name
you.
is Farman. I had to go and look myself.
That's why I forgot. Who the fuck is named Farman?
This guy.
Farming these nuts.
Got him. I gotta turn on normal lighting because I realized I was trying to take
Yes.
I was trying to take this little area here, this little zone.
You know, I think
That's
I'm
right here,
gonna
'cause
go
you guys
listen
own it
to
now.
Natsu and watch this game in a lit room. That actually did hurt my eyes.
You shoulda
Was you the one who
fucking
hissed?
Yeah.
Oh
you
my
shoulda
God.
fucking
Who did
Vampire.
you think kissed?
I don't know. It was Emerald.
I have push to talk.
Did you hiss though?
No.
Maybe you hissed and we couldn't hear it because you were on push to talk.
Yeah, you ever think of that? Hold on. I think we can get better. We can get a better shot of that.
Eyes.
We can get a better shot of that. Hold on.
I was looking at the game
we
Crank. Don't
go.
play it. It'll ruin you.
There we go. And then I
Okay.
go to this, and instead of the one that's stuck in that lighting for forever, I now can do this one, which is not stuck in that lighting forever. It is instead not that open. Yes. God, I'm good. Oh God, the fire is actually making this a lot worse. Oh no. Maybe we turn it down a little bit. Maybe we do this a little bit, just a little bit, just do that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You guys have that now. It's like a little cart you guys have now. Anyway, let's turn the mood lighting back on. Somewhat night. You guys all, after discussing your next moves, you guys have had the little date that you had with Monkey-O. Monkey-O told you guys, or at least told Kaen'rel, that they might be seeing you guys over at the Southern Bridge. The Southern Bridge area. That would be the place that they would most likely be closest to whenever you guys got down there. He is going to make his way off toward the Eastern Bridge and then down toward the Northern Bridge. You guys, he had said that if you wanted to make your way down toward the tower, just head straight there. You can just go, you can just go right there. You do it. Go down. And I believe in you.
Go there.
All of you jumped into your Partivin. You guys had a good night's rest while you were in there, especially Law.
Oh, always.
As you guys would settle in for the night, getting yourselves ready for the morning, some of you resting almost immediately. I would like to know, does anybody have anything they would like to do before the night is over? Any late night errands? Any backstabbing?
Oh shit,
Not
backstabbing. Not tonight.
Not tonight? Okay. Nobody? All right. Good job.
Tika, let's go do another call.
Okay.
Oh, what?
What's up, man?
Hi, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
That's great.
It is very great.
What would you like to do, Fabio?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. We'll stay here.
Like
We'll
this.
stay here for like another 30 seconds. That way they think that we're doing
Exactly.
something. I'm gonna move you around a little bit on the thing. I'm gonna kind of like have you go like a little bit counterclockwise around the carriage, the Partivin. That way they think that maybe you're like patrolling it. But then I'm actually gonna move you over at the guild hall very quickly. And then back in the direction. And finally, I think I'm gonna actually have you move up toward the bee that's up here. and like I'm gonna like tab on it. That way, it's like I'm telling you where you are, but then I'm gonna move you back into the area where you were at, and we're gonna say that you're the first one to wake up in the morning. Okay?
Cool.
All right, cool. Let's go back over. Okay.
I'm glad you had that detour of going from place to place.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, fine.
Either way, the night will go through with all of you guys getting yourselves through your varied restfulness throughout. Fabio would be the first person up, followed by Law, because again, Law, you have the super pillow.
I do be comfy every night.
You're so comfy. You are able to wake up, and you do note that there is a missing feathered friend. However, looking just outside, you would see them, so they're not missing at all. You would also find that currently your boss is still sleeping. Dakar is over at the front with Hall, and they're still messing with things. Hall is getting up and is seemingly moving his butt toward the front of the Partavan. No longer really giving much care to looking professional in front of you guys. He just sort of swings his legs over and goes to the front.
He's like, I don't give a fuck no more. A guy tossed pennies at me all night. I think I'm good.
He's like, yeah, whatever, fucking, all right. At this point, Kaivela, you would wake up eventually as well. We would say that the morning would happen as normal. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the morning? You guys are currently, I believe, now that you've decided what you're going to be doing, you can, if you would like, you can talk to Dakar about buying anything you guys might need for your travel. If you want to, you can talk with the NPCs or each other about anything you guys might need before heading off, but it's up to you guys.
So do we have everything we would need? I still have the snow.
We have that. We have that. We have the We have the letter. I don't know what else we could really need.
Hello, Kaen'rel.
Now that we have a boss, I guess, is the thing that has money. We can get anything we could need, but I don't know what more we could.
Well, for the actual entry, well, what we're planning to do, and I suppose the list would be find, I believe his name was Harper, as well as find this person who had the amethyst, Amphea, and of course finishing our job with the king, as who knows how long that will take.
We get to talk to Arnold to get his help for that.
You guys see Toledo looking toward the three of you as they are making a waving motion and then bringing their hands up and making some kind of square in the air in front of them.
A square?
What's the square symbolize?
I do not follow Toledo like a cube.
They shake their head when you say a cube.
A box?
They shake their head.
Center of the town.
They shake their head. They look down dejected.
I'm sorry, Toledo.
The fucking...
The tower.
They just sort of
The
like
hole?
move their hand, like, you know, forget it, whatever.
No, you had an
Yeah,
idea. It's something that we need.
Yeah, no,
right?
how do I know I want to know?
Hold on. I need to get something quick. Meaning, out of character, BRB.
Okay.
And can Toledo hold, like, I mean, Toledo would be able to hold things, right?
If you try to hand Toledo something, they don't seem like they have hands, but they can hold them in their sleeves.
We'll pass Toledo a pen.
You bring the pen over to their sleeve. It sort of makes an indent in the sleeve that they're holding. They look back at you. They look at the pen. They turn their sleeve as if trying to do anything with the pen. The pen falls. So you would understand, Toledo is not a ghost wearing a cloak. Toledo
It's a cloak.
seems to just be the cloak.
That's amazing. Sorry, I'm forever fooled by the idea that there should be an arm here, and every time I look at it, it tosses me away. But no, it's just a cloak. Okay, this isn't going to work.
They just look down at the ground. They just sort of like wave it off, like it's okay, it's okay.
No. Let's. Is the square an object?
They nod.
Have we talked
Okay.
about needing it before?
They shake their head.
So it's something that only you know.
They look back at you, look down dejected. What's happening back here?
I think we're playing charades.
Oh, all right. Not very good at it.
It's an object, it's square. None of us have seemingly talked about needing it before, but Toledo thinks that we do need it.
What kind of data has a big bite?
What does it?
A megabyte. I'm eating another thing in Laffy Taffy.
Put the Laffy Taffy down.
What can you catch but not throw? This is better for them. They actually know what this is. What can you catch
What?
but not throw?
What would it be?
A cold.
Ah.
I'm gonna roll for Ha'al and see if they have any idea, any thoughts of an idea. If the two of you would like
I had to stop the play charades.
if the two of you would like to roll me for your, I would say experience, but you guys aren't kind of getting what they're saying. So go instinct, the both of you.
Okay, Walker.
Instinct.
Because Hall got a
do you
7.
mean-
He's just like, I don't know, a box.
Yeah.
13.
That is a 6.
With a 13, you look at them making the box shape. They look back to you. They sort of like, for a second, think on things. They point towards your briefcase.
My briefcase, a paper?
They nod.
What kind of paper are you talking about?
A
Would it be
square
Hall's
paper.
papers?
Some kind of a paper, something. I don't think we need any papers to. We have the ones we have to bring to the academy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, we've never talked about needing a adventurer's license. Is that what you mean?
Shakes head.
Is it a license in general?
Shakes head. No, what's going on?
We're
Charade.
playing charades.
Oh, me.
We
gonna
know
roll.
it's some sort of paper. We know it's some sort of paper.
Oh, some sort of paper. Let's see here. Square. It's a box.
I said that too.
Oh. They got a 2.
It's a box.
What's happening out here?
We're playing charades.
Charades.
Our
Well,
friend here. Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, right, he ate all the corn dogs.
Our friend here thinks that we need something that is a paper, some kind of document, but we can't figure out what kind.
Let's see here. It's square. It's not a box. I can only think of box.
It's not an adventuring license either, nor any kind of licensing like that.
Is it like a cube paper? Is it like a paper of a cube? Toledo's just looking. If you could imagine just a absolutely just empty-eyed, dejected look as they're looking down.
Wait a minute, Toledo, you have a sash there. Can't you like form letters with the sash?
They lift the sash up and they're just like swishing it up and around. You see that they do not take it off.
Ah, so it's literally
they point to the sash, then they point to themselves, as if being like, "That's me."
that is all just you, but you don't have that much control over it.
You come out, you're seeing that they're still playing charades. Roll me instinct to see if you get anything else.
Please,
All right.
please. I really
If you guys don't get it, it's very funny to me.
As Cavelli's like chewing on like a, I don't know, the bologna.
14 plus 3, that's a 17. Cavelli, they point at the book that Dakar's holding. They point to like a page on it. They point to the briefcase that Law is holding. It's not a box, as everyone has understood this. You're pretty sure as they're like looking over at you and trying their absolute best, they look at you in a begging look.
They're pleading.
Cavelli, you're decently sure from all of the information that everyone's given, it's probably a map.
Are we talking about map or something, or?
They point.
He's pointing. He's pointing.
Oh.
They shake their sleeve in Cavelli's direction, float over to Cavelli, and then just start like they just like dancing up and down, happy.
Gives a thumbs
you
up
want
while they're
charades,
chewing
Cavelli?
on some sort of meat.
What are you eating?
A map. I suppose for those of you that did not grow up here, it might be good to know the terrain. That being said, if we're just going to the academy, it's right there.
It's not hard to get to the academy. Do you mean a map of the academy?
They shake head.
Oh, okay then.
They didn't
Oh,
just
it's a
make
general map.
they didn't just make a circle in their hands.
Oh, just the general area around it. I see.
It should not be that hard to go and get. If you would require a map, strange garment, I will get you a map. Is there anything else the rest of you think we might need? They look over toward their outdoor little pavilion thing that they had gotten from the
prepared.
thing. They just sort of swipe their hand over it with their bag, and it all disappears.
Oh. Oh, that's.
I think we need
interesting.
more corn dogs. I mean, there's whatever this is good, but
Put it over here.
not corn dog.
I have no idea
Rations.
what
Potentially, we might need those. Yes. How much
I think it was
rations do we? How many rations do we have?
I have 3.
Free.
So
It will,
6.
it will take a few days, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they eat? Point to Toledo.
No.
There are 6 of us, so we have enough for a day.
Looks like I have 5 rations.
Oh well, you do. Oh, I guess you do. Neat.
Yeah, only me and Pomo use our sparkling chips to goblin.
Yeah.
All right, so we have enough for around 2 days. That should be enough for the trip. But we might want to get a couple more just in case. I will
Yeah,
go and see if I can
very
if I can require us some. Is there anything in particular you like?
I'm not in the mood to eat beetles, so whatever you feel like.
No bugs. Darn, they're a great source of protein.
They are just, I had them too much, you know?
I like the crunchy and squishy ones. The ones that are crunchy on
You
the
too?
outside and squishy on the inside.
Oh yeah, those are so good.
Yeah.
Oh, slimy and satisfying is pretty good too.
I'm sure it works great for someone with lips. Slimy things seem to fall out of my snout.
No, I never really thought about
Great.
you not
The
having.
great thing about slimy, it's not even the texture, it's not even the food itself, it's when you eat in front of other people, they'll go away from you.
Ah, I see. I will write that down.
So that's why you eat them?
Well, at first
It
it was
sounds
because I was
effective.
hungry.
No, from what I understand of the squishy but hard and crunchy ones, the squishiness is probably a good draw as well. Lot of flavor in that. Again, I would love the slimy ones, but they just seem to fall more than anything. It's hard. I have to like choke them back, but my tongue is at the front, so if I choke them back, then they won't. I don't taste them. Either way, we don't need to worry about how things work. No bugs.
Right.
We already seem to have all of those strange sausages you all have inside.
That is true.
And you said that you
We
have
still have
bologna.
hot dogs.
So it seems
Oh,
like
We
we
yeah.
have
have
You want
roasted
one?
boar bologna,
seems like we have enough meats then.
and
I
that's why I
will
would need
water.
carbs and water.
I will see if I can get us some breads and
Vegetables.
waters then.
Hmm.
Maybe some crackers.
I
Anything
believe
else?
those,
A
the bread
map,
fulfills the purpose of the crackers.
a map, some crackers, a bread, some water. Anything else that we might need? I'm very rich. So far, you're asking me for prison food and a common map.
I'm still. We could put vegetables in there. We
Alright,
don't have to just eat.
Richard.
We don't have to think about food the whole time either.
Now I'm hungry.
Guess I need a new knife.
A new
This
knife.
is okay. Yeah, but yeah, I've used it. Look at the dents. They have character, but character doesn't really stab well.
Let's see what you have there. They look over at your knife. It is the iron dagger that you have there. If we were to get you something else around here, it would be difficult, but most likely we could try to find some kind of steel if you'd like. It would be less likely to get chunks or dents into it. There's not a forge in this part of town, so it might be difficult to find anything better than that. I could get you something of copper or steel.
That could work, yeah.
Which one do you
Yeah.
prefer? Copper is good for channeling magics, but steel is good for reducing magics.
I'm not really a magic person, so steel.
All right. We are going to be going into the belly of the beast as far as mages are concerned, so it might be good to slit a few throats. But perhaps we can think of a more diplomatic approach.
I was thinking we
Yes!
could do something. Yes.
We are having to get several things from the academy on top of getting the thing you need us to get.
So a steel dagger. What about the rest of you?
I cannot think of anything on the top of my head. Fabio?
You
Well,
do
when it
still
comes
have the
to-
things that you had taken from my storage, but should be enough for a wizard priest person like yourself.
It appears to be in flux, but yes.
When it comes to me, I can't really ask for more armor. That takes a while because of, fitting.
Oh, you don't
I don't
need any
really
more
need a-
armor. Just put on those belts you have found from me.
Oh, really? What do they
Yes.
do?
They give you more armor.
Really?
Yes.
I'm glad.
They're great for that.
What about the other things that we got? I'm curious.
Depends.
We got the staff and we got a boomerang.
Oh, that boomerang is nothing
The
special.
boomerang
It's
was
a,
notably not.
yeah, it's a
was
good
not magical,
boomerang.
but it had-
I found it. It's pretty good from what I saw.
There was certainly something about it. I just cannot put my finger on it.
Perhaps it has some akinning to something with nature or something. I don't know. I'm more into the arcane. As far as the staff is concerned, it is a magical staff. I believe it is more akin to a wind-style magics. But at the same time, magic staffs are usually better for long-range combat, keeping people away from you, and if they do get close, give them a little bap. The belts, they give armor. They are relatively strong. It is difficult to wear too many of them around because you don't want to restrict your movement, but they're pretty alright. They also have nice little grommets so that you can hang things from them, bags and holsters and the like.
I believe that's everything we've gotten from that storage. We had not seen the log.
You have a enchanted belt. What does enchanted belt do? The enchanted belt gives you an AC. However, it does not take up any of the spots on it for the armor. If you look at your actual armor, they have taken up several spots for the armor pieces. The enchanted belts do not. They have 2 spaces that are essentially just ready to be used. You can use the little grommets to hang very, very, very materials onto them. So they give you an AC without taking away any slots. Yay! The magic staff is a wind magic staff, which you would know would make it to where wind magic can be used at a slightly harder or slightly longer distance. That being said, it's already a +4 hex, 2-handed staff, so any of your magics are going to be relatively thrown forward by using it.
I am having to really optimize my space here. Give me a sec.
Your space.
I realized I could move my red robe sideways and gained 1 more hex space.
It's almost like grabbing the corners is weird.
That sounds fake and gay.
Fake news.
My strategy has not failed me yet. These items are 1-ticket items anyway.
Well, see, if you had a belt, you could maybe put like one of these things like on like the belt like that, you know.
Well, that was before I knew the belt meta was coming in.
You should always expect the belts. The belts are coming. No one can stop them.
I can't go from one campaign trying to make my armor entirely out of belts to moving to another campaign and I have to start putting belts on myself.
Luckily, you don't have to worry about that.
However, I do like the AC.
I'm also getting rid of the little points on things so you can place things better.
Yeah. Dankeschön.
Wearing 1 belt, that'll give you +1 AC. You're up to 12 AC now. Wonderful,
We
wonderful.
have 1 space, and that's all the space I got.
I assume we heal up in the night.
Yes, you would have all of your actual health back, not your shield. That being said, if you don't feel like you can carry it off into battle quite yet, then just keep it in there. It should be useful for anybody that could want it. I don't need it myself, but if you find any other mages out there, perhaps they could use it, or you can use it as a bargaining chip, or you could go sell it for all I care.
I would hope that we would not have to go into battle immediately going into the tower, but I suppose everything is possible.
Do-do-do-do. I'm gonna go ahead and, if nobody else has anything they can think of, we are going to make a dagger, make a little steel dagger.
Bangin', dagger
Yeah,
time.
maybe.
Should be easy to get, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make it. A steel dagger would most likely, from what you would understand of your own dagger's fine. It's good. It lets you flank. It's very nice. Flanking, light, very nice. Let me grab those keywords because those would most likely be the same damn keywords. That being said,
I mean, I don't know how bag mechanics work in this game.
you know how the bags work. Light.
I don't know how bags work, and because like if we can put, for example, like a bag on the belt, like a pouch, then that would be good to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. I'm trying to remember
Hell
what
yeah.
the keyword is for. There it is. This would be Mage Killer, even though it's technically not. It's just because it's steel, but Mage Killer.
The mage killer. The mage stabber.
We're gonna say Magic Killer. We're gonna say that. What the Magic Killer keyword does, what the killer keyword does in general. If an opponent is of a certain type or has a specific stat over 5, you deal double damage with this weapon. For this case, the Magic Killer is essentially if they have a +5 in the a +5 or more in their ability or their willpower, they are going to get extra stab from this.
Hooray! I love stabbing.
That being said,
I love stab.
it is a non-magical weapon, so it is relatively weak to certain kinds of things that may eventually try to break it. But you are well off with it. You don't have to worry too much on that. Let me go ahead and change it.
If I want to worry.
I mean, you're allowed, I suppose. You don't fucking. I'm not your mom.
You don't gotta, but you know, you must.
There you go. New dagger. You don't really have a ton of space for it, but you know, you got it. Probably just drop your other dagger off somewhere. Hey!
Hey, gamer!
Or just
Bangin'.
like right there.
Yeah.
Resident Evil
Don't
4.
worry, we'll make a new dagger for you.
Oh, you have to lock it down. Did you lock it down? Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah. Other than that, you guys are able to get a map. You guys can finally just see how the circle looks. You guys look about the map over here. It just gives you a good look at all the things, minus again the pits. The pits are not on the map. They're not depicted there. Roll for properties. No, they didn't get a magic anything. Steel gets the Mage Killer, and that's about it. Again, though,
You could kill mage.
Again, though, it is usually all right, but it is decently easily to break, decently easily to shatter, unfortunately, because it wasn't made of like any kind of hardened steel or like any kind of specially way. It's just like steel dagger.
This was the first thing we found.
That being said, other than that, you did get some more rations. He will give you guys another days of rations. Each of you will gain 1. He will give 1 to your allies each and 1 to himself. So I'm just going to add 3 rations to the pile of rations that are in here. Bloop. That being said, you guys seem to have everything.
We
Hell
can
yeah.
have anything on Earth.
When it comes to making our way through, the northern area is a little bit more difficult for a carriage. There's lots of thick trees and whatnot, and it's a little bit more closely packed. It would also take us a little bit more time instead of just going straight down south through the farmlands. That being said, there is not a rush, so either way, whichever way you wish to go, I would like to get things done quicker, but it is not up to myself where things go. You are the masters of the carriage.
I mean, doing things quicker is not bad. What way will we have to go for that?
I would say going down the south to make your way through the farmlands. We may get some stairs, which is why I will most likely keep myself inside of the Partivan, as you call it. But other than that, it should be fine.
Yeah, that shouldn't be bad, right? Just if that would save some time, then I don't
Depending
see
on
why it
how
wouldn't.
fast those steeds are, it could take us anywhere from a day and a half to 2 days to get there. And then if you have some way to go inside, then perhaps we will be inside by the next day.
Rabar and Glue have been pretty dependable.
Other than that,
Or the next day.
Other than that, if you wish to make your way to the southern bridge, that may add another half day to our travel, but should not be that far out of the way. We may also see some trade from the peoples there, but most likely there isn't going to be much for us.
And that would make things relatively simple at that point if we just wish to go. I suppose someone would say as fast as we could just go that way for the farmlands. And are we going to be meeting up with the monk, Kaen'rel?
At the beach area or with the monk? What?
In the southern bridge?
Oh, probably.
So you do wish to go to the southern bridge.
I suppose that probably means yes. I'm not sure.
Kaen'rel is like,
I was
you
not
know,
very
whatever.
specific.
I believe you were asking is if we are wanting to go in that direction or if we want to go directly to the tower. Do you have specifically the plan to go meet with him down there?
Gonna be honest with you, I do not recall.
I see.
You were very drunk, I will admit. You did appear to be quite
But
inebriated.
if you feel that's where we're gonna meet, then let's go there. If we see him, cool. If not, cool.
All right.
Besides, gives us a chance to mentally prepare.
4?
Going to the tower.
Talking.
No.
We don't say that in front of Fabio.
We're going to be talking is what we're going to be doing. Stealing. Kind of, but no.
We do not have to announce it, I believe.
Well, all right.
Yeah, we don't announce it yet.
Exactly.
We don't announce it.
Element of surprise.
Yes.
All right, we can keep
Let us say
ourselves.
We're gonna make Kyle feel out of their element. Kyle, if you want to put some notes that you stole something, you go ahead. It's your mode operandi.
Oh, it's fine. I already know what I'm going to steal. I won't forget.
It'd be hard for you to forget what you're going to steal.
You're right. And that's jewels, right?
I'm stealing a kid. What?
Her brother.
I know.
You can specify that it's your brother. It's a lot worse if you say that you're just stealing a child.
Oh, I know, but I wanted him to be like, what? You know?
Oh, all right. You were fishing for the reaction. All right,
yeah.
continue.
It was funny.
Was
Also, can I wear that belt? Points to the belt
Sure, I don't
inside the
See why not,
inside
if
the
no one else
caravan.
is using it. Baby want AC, baby.
I will give Kyle +1 AC. Doo-doo-doo. Alrighty. They are just a little bit harder to hit.
Yay! Yippee!
You have said before they left, you did say that you potentially might want to think about bag situation.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do. For those of you who are wearing belts, you could potentially put a bag on said belt or on a piece of your armor. These small bags are literally like the ones you guys already have, the little 4-panel bags. Those would be most likely the ones he would find here. However, he could potentially find the medium-sized bag. It is a roll, but he might be able to find one of those. Would you like him to look while he's out?
Yeah, may as well.
Okay. Because you guys didn't ask for a lot of things, he probably would not set up a fuss for buying this if it does show up.
It's just, we literally just asked for like a meager dagger and prison food.
Oh yeah, and can you get that to go? Oh, now you're asking for it.
All right. First check is no. He just found a small bag. And second check is no. He just found a small bag. And finally, because he's going to try to get one bag for each of you. We'll say yeah. We'll say one.
Oh fuck.
At this point, he has found 3 bags. You guys see. Boop, boop. 2 small hip bags, the same ones you guys already have on you, as well as 1 larger sack-like bag that, again, is probably not as secure as the little hip bags, but it definitely holds more. Who wants what?
I like a little hip bag. I'll grab one of those.
Gonna grab another little hip bag. There is your thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Place that wherever it is there are space.
Beautiful belt.
Fabio and Kaen'rel, do either of you want one of these bags? There is another little small hip bag, and then there is the larger kind of sack bag.
I want small because I'm small.
Then I'll take big because I am big.
Okay. You're gonna get another little token here, Kaen'rel. Put this on something you have that has a spot. I believe that it's literally just the last spot you have on your leggings.
A beautiful legging spot.
I believe I do this, and then put the bag onto your thing.
Give me 1 second, because I have to give you one more little bag token.
Me when a little bag.
I'm actually gonna do something here. I'm gonna future-proof things a little bit.
Oh, we're future-proofing.
Hip bag. Bam. And then we will color it bluish because that is what it looks like on the thing. Bam. And sack bag. We'll cover that brownish because that is what it is. So
Future-proofing, baby, yeah!
let me go ahead and bam. Here is your first hip bag, Fabio, and here is your sack bag.
Thank you.
Or you can put them both on your belt, it doesn't matter. Here are your 2 sack bags, each of you. I'm going to replace those with the 2 bags that you already guys have. Or not sack bags, or 2 hip bags. I'm just going to get rid of your regular bag tokens. There you go. Perfect. Good job.
Perfect, delicious, beautiful.
Good job. That being said, I'm making sure that we have the correct amount of AC with everybody.
Eh.
It's very funny to me that the highest AC is law.
Once again, somehow. It's okay. Later, it'll figure itself out.
That does remind me, I did think about it last week, and I've had a whole week to think about it. I do think that when it comes to regular items that you guys are putting on your stuff, I'm going to give you guys AC for it.
Oh, okay.
So, Fabio,
Okay.
you're going to gain 2 AC. Same thing with Law, you're going to gain 2 AC. And Kaen'rel is also going to gain 2 AC. This is just for things like bags and other such things that you put on your armor items. They will give you a +1. If you put, like, let's say like a crag crystal or like a fucking ring or something on, they're not going to give you AC, but like something like bags or like leathers or like any kind of thing like that, we will
Things
add
that have
onto it.
mass, yeah.
Exactly. So your new AC currently, Law, would be 14. Yours would be 13, Fabio, and yours would be 11, Kaen'rel. So change your guys' shields.
Okay.
Done.
I mean, go to me when I change it.
Okay, which one is
Change your shield to 11. Not your not your shield down here, your AC. But it's like a little shield area, so like, you know. There you go.
It looks like a shield.
Yeah. Change your AC to 11. So you should be 13,
I did
14,
a
and
good
11.
job with this thing.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like it.
I like it.
That being said, as each of you get your things, he only found 2 like good items, which is the steel dagger and the bag, which means he was relatively fine finding one other item. I'm going to say Toledo, Hall, or Kyle. Which one would he give it to? I'm going to roll a d4. Reroll on a 4. It's going to go to Hall. All right, Hall.
Let's go home!
He already gave Hall a brush, but all right. No, wait, no. Hall got that brush himself. Never mind. I'm a dummy.
You're good. He had to go buy it.
Hall,
The money that he got for being
you are
tossed
going
coins
to
at.
get a... It'd be really funny to just toss some coins again. I'm just gonna do that. Hall, you're gonna gain 5 glass, buddy. Don't spend it all in one place. You all right?
I believed you would have to
I
spend it all in one place.
your driver. He's very efficient.
He is very nice.
He's also our friend.
Good.
You utilize your friendship.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the front.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I guess I can get something with this somewhere. All you have currently on you. I'm gonna make sure to keep track of this.
Please keep
Yeah,
track
how
of
many
it.
coins have been tossed at him in the
I
last?
can't wait.
He
for
got
the
3
inevitable-
from getting tossed, and he got 5 just then. So I think he has literally 18 glass.
Nice.
That's just that feels a little bit low from the amount of times he's had thrown coins thrown at him. Though.
He literally only had 3 coins thrown at him. What do you mean?
Okay.
Gonna delete that.
He
As
just has a bunch of them by the end of the campaign. Some thief steals it from him.
It just sucks you guys weren't able to find the red light district last night.
oh, is that what you were looking for?
We were looking for it, yes, for a bit.
Oh.
I mean, I figured that if there's going to be one, it's going to be closer to the tower.
If you're looking for something like that, I can show you around.
Oh my.
No, thank you. Let's go.
It's like I don't think I want to anymore.
I think the main issue that I would like to get done with first is whether or not I'm going to be going to jail for forgery. So. Oh, you have a
Just
very
don't.
good driver.
You know, I feel like we've talked around the issue. We should probably get you up to speed on what we're actually doing.
Go right ahead.
Blah.
I see. I don't
All
care.
fun.
I don't care. Whatever you're doing,
Oh, fuck. Anyway.
whatever you're doing that's adjacent to my own goals, it's whatever. We're saving a youngling, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Or taking a guy from a place, or whatever.
Rescue mission.
Yeah, the prince, good prince. Hopefully. Whatever. All right, let's see what happens.
Hold on to that hope.
You guys, I believe, would then begin to make your way down into the area below.
Hooray!
As you guys begin your trek, I'm gonna go ahead and make a little line. I'll make it red because I decided that when I made the little circle up here. You begin to make your way into the farmlands. The circle has several cities. However, the massive farmlands here that you can see on the map that you guys now have possessed is mostly the same, mirrored on the other side. It's where this place gets all of its produce and things of that nature. You do find that it is quite large, but at the same time, if this entire circle is self-sufficient because it doesn't technically belong to the kingdom, they probably would need to devote a lot of space for their crops and their stuff like that. So, from what you can tell, a good third, if not more, of the entire area of the circle is devoted to farmland. This side and the other side. As you guys make your way through and as you guys start making a attempt at going out from the city and into the next area, I'm gonna do a roll real quick.
Hooray, a roll.
Because I do have
A roll when
very
something
similar.
can happen.
Very similar to our other things, I do have a little random encounter table.
Me when the encounter is random.
And a table.
And a table.
Table!
13.
Table!
I don't know how that works. I have written down in all capital letters with 3 exclamation points on the other end, gold.
At that point, I don't think the gold is ours, man.
I don't know how that works.
Gold Gargaby.
I don't know how you have found gold on your trek through the freaking farmlands.
Farmlands of
Hey, is that King Midas? Oh no, they tripped.
What's up?
I've got it. You see, they've been having a lot of holes down here recently, and they've just been shifting land. And nobody actually noticed it, but some of the land came up from the ground. And as we're going by, Toledo notices the shine of gold from a piece of rock.
Unfortunately, that is unfortunately not how the land is working right now. From what you
imagine.
It's unfortunately not how the land is working right now. That being said, potentially something similar. As you guys are moving off and around, you do stop very briefly at what appears to be a bit of a trafficked area. The first of the high trafficked areas that you guys would have ever seen around here, where you do see there is quite a lot of onlookers looking at a massive hole in the center of the farmlands here. There is traffic being diverted off away from this area, and you guys yourselves, you could go and check out the hole, but there's not a ton that can be really gleaned from it. Looking at it, it just seems like luckily it missed a lot of areas, but it did seem to take a couple of the buildings and things with it, unfortunately. But like always, sort of looking down into the remnants of it, all you see is darkness beneath. As you guys would approach and get near it, however, you would be set on your detour to make your way off and away from the area. On your detour, you would eventually get away from the other people who are traveling. They're mostly just traveling to the other farms and whatnot. But you guys yourselves would be continuing forward. Upon continuing forward and going down into the area down off to the south, you would see, quite briefly, but noticeably, there appears to be another cart off to the side of this area. As you see this cart, trying to find the thing for it. Not that one. As you make your way through, you see what appears to be an abandoned cart on the side of the road. This abandoned cart, as you look at it, does not seem to have any people near it. But oddly enough, off to the side of the abandoned cart, where the horses or the front of it would be, which again, you do see what appears to be a couple of horses not too far from where the cart is. They're just sort of grazing a little bit off and away. You see just off to the side of the cart as you go to investigate it, another hole in the ground. Another crevice that seemingly had opened up. Looking down into the crevice, you do not see any kind of climbing gear or anything like that that is off to the side of it. What you do see, unfortunately, is a couple of small trying to think of what they're called. Those large nails that keep tents down. Anyway, you do see
large nails that keep tents down.
They have a name. You do see what appears to be a couple of nails off to the side of the ground that usually you would see somebody having put up a tent or some kind of housing. Stakes. Thank you very much, Second Shadow. You see some stakes in the ground.
Nice.
Not tasty ones. Not tasty. Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
I knew what you were gonna do.
I know you. I know you.
As you look over at it, it looks as if, very unfortunately, whenever this hole was made, just on the inside of, or just on the edge of this road you guys have taken, seems to have opened up directly beneath somebody camping.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
You're not sure how long. You're not sure much of anything as you look to it. One thing you do note, as you look to the horses, which are currently moving off toward one of the other farmhouses off away. They don't really seem to like being near you guys who just pulled up on them. You do see that the cart they left behind does not have a ton of resources in it, but it does seem to have a lockbox that is currently open.
This feels like a trap.
Yeah.
In what way, Kaen'rel? I'm not disbelieving you. I am merely asking for elaboration.
Like, this whole situation just feels off.
It is definitely off, but I'm not sure. The horses seem to be leaving this place, showing that they don't have anyone here that they're waiting on. And it seems as if this crevice was made, this smaller one, relatively recently. We might be the only ones who have pulled up onto this place.
That is true, but something about that lockbox, I don't know, doesn't feel right. Kinda taps on the top of it with their dagger.
You make your way over to the lockbox. You do find that it is currently seemingly just got a single, what appears to be a single small sack inside, and a small amount of papers to the side of it. as you look to the lockbox and you tap on the top of it, it just makes a little metal clingy sound. Ding.
Never get my instinct right with what's a mimic. Unless this
Well, one day
mimic's
you'll be
really
right.
patient.
You think it's all right then, Kaen'rel?
I don't think it's all right. I still say bring some caution, but I think you guys could come in by now.
I'm not
Alright.
sure what kind of caution I can bring
There
against
is
the
no
cart,
inn.
but I get
This cart does not, unlike your cart, this cart does not have a roof. It is just seemingly something that transport things, which is why they needed the tent to begin with. As you tap onto the top of the small lockbox in the back of the thing, again, most of the actual goods that this thing seemed to have been transported seem to be gone. Whatever they had in the lockbox, with the lock and key seemingly missing, maybe they were counting things, maybe something else happened whenever everything went down, who knows. Again, inside the lockbox, all you see is a small bag and what appears to be a couple of papers off the side of it.
Let's take a look at the papers.
Well, you want to look at those?
Sure. You can pass them ahead then.
I literally just combined this 13 roll with a different roll on the thing so that I could make it make sense.
Hooray!
You find as you go to the papers and you open them to look and see what they are. Which one of you are trying to read it?
I'm reading it.
Well, Cavelli hands it to Law because Cavelli doesn't
So
know
yeah,
how to
I suppose
read.
I'm reading it.
Law, this appears to be a deed.
A deed.
This appears to be a deed to a small, what appears to be a small house, near the southern bridge.
That is interesting. You kind of looks at the hole again, looks at the deed.
From what you can
I
tell, looking
believe
at the deed and looking at the lockbox in general, it looks like just profits were seemingly stowed inside this lockbox, meaning they most likely got paid for something that they had with this deed.
Ah. It looks like someone traded this deed for whatever was in that lockbox, it would look like. It's for
Or just some of the materials that are seemingly missing from the cart.
Yeah, or whatever was in there, yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
So
this
what do we
appears
do
to have
now?
been part of a trade.
All right.
What do you say?
I'm gonna try picking up the lockbox.
Do you mean the bag?
Let's see if it's a paste.
There was a bag and the documents, right?
Yep. There's a bag still inside the lockbox. You guys have taken the documents out of them.
Yeah.
First, I'm gonna try lifting the lockbox itself.
It
see
is
if anything's under it.
seemingly a little bit heavy. Again, it is a small lockbox, but most likely that does mean that it has some kind of either treated steel or something that seems to be of its makeup. You can't lock it again, unfortunately. It does not seem to have a lock or a key associated with it. But as you are looking it over and as you go to try to lift it, again, it is seemingly heavier than it looks, but you do get it up eventually. Actually, let me look at your physique. Yes, you have a +2 in power. You do lift it up eventually. It is around as heavy as, like, I would say like a decently large microwave with like half of the height, like half of the
Goddamn.
size.
Microwaver.
It's like maybe like a third of the size of like a big microwave, but it's about as heavy, if not more.
Damn.
Damn. Big old lockbox.
They didn't want anybody getting in it. Unluckily, they unlocked it, I guess, before they were doing whatever.
Before
for
they
somebody-
fell into a hole.
Wow. Yeah, I don't see any issues. That's Weird. Okay, let's check in the bag.
I mean, there was an issue. They appear to have fallen into a hole, but besides that,
What? They just so happened to unlock the chest right before falling in the hole.
it
That's
does appear to be
unfortunate
quite
timing.
comedic. Yeah, it does appear to be quite of a comedic fall.
Cavelli,
We're
this
all-
is heavy. This is probably right on the edge of too heavy for you, but you are able to hold on to it with your 2 power. It does not take up a lot of space. I will put it right here. Here's your lockbox.
Putting it back down so we could examine the bag. She was just checking around because she's in disbelief it's that easy.
Do-do-do. Inside, you see what appears to be around 60 glass. If you divide it
Oh,
among
shit.
your friends, that'll be 10 glass each.
I found 50 glass. I'm kidding.
Classic.
I found 30 glass, guys. That's 5 each.
The classics.
I'm just a rich
called a
guy. I
hustle.
really need glass.
All right.
That sounds like something you should
Alright.
talk to him about if that's the case.
All right, 10
kidding.
each.
Are you splitting it evenly?
Yep.
Do-do. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is
He's
not
gonna
that's
deal
not the
them
money.
almost like cards.
That's not money.
That's not money.
That's not money at all. Where's my
This
money?
is no lumber.
Where's my
Bitch better have
money?
my
at?
money.
Bitch, where my money?
Where's my fucking money?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's your 10 glass.
Yay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's Law's 10 glass.
Thank you,
And
Trent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If Kaen'rel put down the lockbox, or any of you picking the lockbox back up, are you going to keep it or are you not?
I can't lift that shit.
I can lift it easily. I'll take it.
'Kay.
'Cause why not? It could come in handy.
Here is your lockbox.
You see, I'll just turn it into a lockbox hammer when we get back.
You'll just throw it at somebody.
Yeah, I'll just throw it at someone. Fuck it.
With 4 power, you do feel like you could easily carry this thing around. It is heavy, but not nearly as heavy as the other things you carry around, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm guessing the deed, is that going to go to Law, or?
Yeah, I'm just holding it. Does it like name and is like a title where it's just like a blanket statement, or is it a deed where it has like seller and buyer?
There is no seller and buyer listed.
It's
But
a title.
it is a
Okay,
title.
goddamn.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
everyone.
To
You're a homeowner.
small building
I
in.
got some gold. I got a chest. I got land.
I do feel bad about the person that has unfortunately perished, but
We still do not know what happens whenever something goes down there, but I will tell you now. Once we make our way down to try to find them, we probably will not. And if we do not take this, somebody else will take this.
yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just, man, I really thought it'd be a mimic.
Does it say how big of a home it is?
It is a small building. It does not say home. It is a small building in the near the southern bridge.
Says building, it's small, but not many specifics after that. Would have to see it to be able to ascertain exactly what we now have title to.
I mean, we were going to that bridge anyway for Cavelli meeting up for their date, right? Or was that a
Yeah,
different
we
bridge?
Did
Nope.
end up going for
Other
a date
bridge.
for the second one. No. What were you thinking, Cavelli?
I often ask myself that question.
I do too.
Anyone else ask that question, huh?
I think we all have, yes.
Don't speak for them.
It's funnier if I do.
It's not funny, it's mean. Are you a meanie?
No.
I definitely misspelled abandoned.
what I
However, I put
thought.
on the map small crevice with an abandoned cart on the map.
Yeah,
It's
now
right
it's
here.
on the map. Now we know where this guy died.
That being said, that was the best place that I could have had that happen. But we do need to roll for the other like little trek of area you guys went down to get to the best place that could have happened. So I'm gonna roll one more time on the thing. Technically, I made you have two encounters anyway, but so I could write it off if I wanted to. I'm rolling.
Whatever.
I'm rolling the damn thing. I like it. I like my thing.
I
That's a
when the
nat
guy
20!
rolls, whatever. Oh,
Hey,
fuck.
yo. You made it a bad
is
thing,
that?
didn't you?
How silly am I
I
willing
better
to be
see
with
a
this
hole.
campaign?
Don't be a pussy.
I'm going to veto it.
We have 5 sessions.
I'm going to veto this because
Do we
I-
at least get to know?
yeah, I can tell you if you want.
Yeah.
This is the same list that I made for Kingdom Hearts. A lot of these things are not supposed to be here. I thought that I changed all of them. This one literally says encounter with Lord Poyo.
Oh.
I put a little question mark next to it because it is technically not Lord Poyo, but yeah.
Wait, that's in
Now
Kingdom
we-
Hearts?
now
that
we
is
know
in Kingdom Hearts,
without-
yes. Don't worry
now we
about
know
it.
about a shadow of a doubt that this is a dead timeline where Lord Poyo never landed.
Lord Poyo would not be a visitor in this place. Law is the only visitor that has been here. So, unfortunately, in the Amwile game, no, I'm not doing it. In the Amwile game, Lord Poyo is literally this is the only place he could not have showed up. He could have showed up in Fairy Tale for all I cared.
Keep that in your back pocket for Fairy Tale RP.
So
Keep that
instead,
knowledge.
I'm gonna look at the other random encounter tables I have. I have one for Avatar. Hold on, let me go to Avatar one.
Oh, sure.
Let's see what that one is.
I mean, if
It
it's,
also says counter of Lord Poyo.
if it's an army of lemurs, I mean,
To be scared.
Ah, okay.
That seems to work. Okay,
I could fix that with this. Yeah. Okay. Whew. All right. Do I have a token already? I do have a token already that I can do that with. Okay. You guys find, as you are moving your way through, we'll say that for the sake of continuity, this will be a little bit after where that cart would have been. You
SS?
continue making your way way forward. You would have had your first night, we'll say, around the same small forest that you found the thing, because your employer would have been like, there's most likely not going to be another crevice that shows up in the middle of the night if this one's already been made. It's fine. So you guys do
Lightning don't strike twice.
you guys do have a small camp just on the inside of the trees. As you do, your peeps seem to get off and about with their things. I'm gonna move your stuff over here, as
What
well
are
as
peeps?
your horses. We're gonna
They're
move
little
them.
guys.
I'm gonna move your horses. I'm gonna
They're not a
uncombine
food
them.
that are marshmallows?
I
Those are also
uncombined your
them. I
horses.
didn't know you had those.
There you go.
why, thank you.
You guys now have glue and rhubarb.
And Rabar! Yeah, baby!
Glue bar pie.
They didn't even get a scratch and we thought they were gonna die.
That's because we worked hard to make sure they wouldn't die. By removing them from danger and leaving you guys to
By
get hurt by these.
immediately just letting them run off and not having much problem with that.
Literally, literally that plan would have worked if they didn't have paralyzing mechanic.
I'm sorry that the bees hurt you.
Why did the bees have to hurt us? Why are those the only things we fought so far?
Because you guys
Because
avoided
they're
all the other
cool.
fights. If it makes you feel better, you guys potentially could fight here. Anyway, so as you guys set your camp up for the night, you hear, after a little bit of time, a small rustling in the trees. Kaen'rel. As everybody is getting everything settled and everything set forward, Hall is feeding the horses. Fabio is aiding Dakar in looking over all of the items that he got / bought from everything. Toledo is making more charades for Law and Kyle.
I think Toledo likes it now.
You are on top of the Pardivan. You hear a small shake in the trees, and the reason you are the only one to hear this is because of, well, you see, you have quite a good instinct. Not the best instinct, but it is the best instinct among your friends. So
Very true.
as you look off and about, you do see that there appears to be a person just a little bit away from your guys' camp, watching your fire, before they do turn their eyes to meet your gaze as well. They are still in the darkness, but you do take note that there is a person there. No one is around you. Are you leaving? You're taking your eyes off of them?
Got a point.
I'm just asking. I just want to ask.
Slowly going to approach the exit of the caravan, keeping an eye out.
As you approach, looking over at this person that is just a little bit away from you off in a tree, you do find that as you approach, they do put a hand up towards you as if trying to tell you to stop, before you do note that they pull out what appears to be a crossbow.
Puts hands up.
They look to you. They seem to look toward the fire. As if a whisper on the wind, you hear, "Are you bandits?"
Shakes head.
Do you have wares? Food?
Gives a slight nod.
Might I purchase some?
Motions to come over.
They seem hesitant to leave the darkness. However, as you do motion to them, I would like you to please go ahead and roll me for your negotiation. And as you are doing that,
All right.
you're also having a bit of issue with your microphone at the moment.
What do you mean?
It is going crazy.
Noises. It's making sounds, but not the ones that it's supposed to do.
It just seemed like there was a lot of
microphone makes
feedback.
Sounds as normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It go
You got
whoosh.
feedback. You go, baby, whoosh.
Still there.
Little whooshers.
Fix it.
You be whooshing.
Yeah, you're fine. Roll me for your negotiation, please.
Time for you to negotiate.
Let me check and see if you had any things. I know that 2 of you did. Fabio and Law did.
Get wrecked.
Do you have anything you want to add to it? I don't see you have. You have one. You have one of these dice. Do you want to add that?
Let's see where this goes.
They do not seem to want to make their way out of the shadows. Could you bring me some?
He gives a motion with one finger, doing like a one moment. He does take out one of her things of rations and puts them beside her.
Get that person a hot dog. Change their life.
That's a no.
Steps back a little.
Roll negotiation one more time.
Now there's actual food.
And roll me again. You have one fleeting.
Hooray! Guilt trip.
It's a 10 plus 2. That is
There
a
we go.
12. Do you want to use your
okay,
D4?
cool.
Do you want to use your little plus token?
Okay. This time I will.
Okay.
Okie
That is a
wokie.
2. That is a 14. Roll me one more time just in case.
One more flavor.
Okay.
Because you did get another
Wokey.
fleeting. Oh, that's a much better.
Hey ho.
So the 14 would have seen you immediately seeing that food potentially being gone. But you do find that with a 22 altogether, the figure does seem to come down from the area. As they do, they seem to approach. They look off as they do approach. They look as if they are somewhat labored in their steps. And as they get near you, see this person coming out from the trees. As they do, they make their way over. They seem to put away their weapon, which you could see was a small crossbow that they had in there along their waist. As they get over to you, they look up to the Pardovan. I have glass. I do not care what it is. Can you hand it here?
Are you alone?
Yes.
This one is free. If you want more, we could exchange glass, but looks like you need food right now, and I don't want you to pay for living.
It's kind of you, but I would recommend you be more thorough with other people. Do not be kind to everyone you meet on your travel. Says to Kaen'rel.
She says
can't
the
say
only
that.
person she's ever been kind to on this journey.
So, just to say it, you.
What are you talking about? Do
Escavelli
you-
gives a dark look. You know the reason I'm exchanging now?
What might that be?
Cooperated. If I were to yelp out right now, I'd have backup like that. It's not trusting a stranger. It's taking a gamble.
I see. Well, you must have a lot of faith in those around you then.
I'm good at what they do. I'm good at what I do. I was not gonna approach you. You coming to me shows that you were desperate.
I am hungry, yes. So I will take your kindness. I don't believe I could have made it to one of the farmsteads. They put a hand out toward, I'm guessing, the hot dogs you have. Or bologna, whichever one it is. I do actually need to know which one it is. Because there could be a completely different thing coming from either one of those decisions.
It's gonna be the bologna.
Okay. They take the boar bologna. You see them immediately, like, take it to their mouth, and without even looking as if they're tasting it, they take in the entire ration, eating not ravenously but quickly. As they eat, they sort of keep an eye on you for the most part, but does not seem to immediately rush away or anything. As they finish the entire ration of boar bologna, which is literally, you hand them like half of like an actual, like, just tube of bologna.
You have your tube.
Like that's about as much as that would have actually been. As you hand that to them, they finish it off and they go, "You wouldn't have any water, would you?"
We just got some. Goes to the back, get some water.
And a cold one. Really, like a lukewarm one, really.
You hand her some water?
First, I need you to do something for me.
Yeah. That would be...
Say please.
I'm going to be paying you.
Come on.
Roll me negotiation again.
Incredible work by Kaen'rel, no notes.
Bullying the girl, I see.
I'm paying you, pussy.
That is a 5. They look back at you.
I'm just screwing with you. It's water. It's part of the survival.
They will take it. As they do, they will drink half of it, like almost immediately, of the small jug you handed them. As they do, they look back. Thank you.
I honestly just got a glass, so I'm not starving for money at the moment. But if you have information, I wouldn't mind that in exchange for what we gave you.
Information? On what?
What you're doing here. How you ended up starving yourself.
There's a long story.
Well, you need time to digest, don't you? Have a seat.
They look to you. They look back toward the woods. You did remember before they were staring towards your fire before.
They're here or there.
If you don't mind.
All right.
Do you want to bring them to your fire?
On your best behavior, people. You got an outcast.
Huh? What's going on?
Cavelli comes around the corner of the Pardovan, behind them walking some kind of elf, walking behind them with a half-eaten thing of boar bologna in their hand and a small jug of water in the other.
Hello. Welcome.
Whoa.
I would like to use your fire.
Of course, come right on.
Yeah, of course you can come. You can go ahead.
Cavelli leads them through you guys. They look very uncomfortable. But they do eventually find their way to the fire, and they sit on the side that is furthest away from everybody with the trees at their backs.
Valley is going to sit directly in front of them, making sure he's not escaping.
Everything all right, Kaen'rel?
Yeah, now it goes.
All right.
Well, it would be a good time for us to go and eat.
Of course.
Cavelli, first things first, I would like you to hand me 2 rations.
Yep.
Because of the
I'm gonna be real with you.
water and the bologna.
If it had been Fabio who'd brought that girl in, I would have a lot of questions. Somehow, if Kaen'rel let her in, this has to be fine.
It's probably fine. It's right.
If Kaen'rel didn't immediately chase her off into the woods.
Also, how dare?
Did you hand them over?
Where are we?
What do you mean, how dare?
We're taking
You gave
your
all
rations
of
from your
secrets
side.
to, like, the first voice that talked to you.
He
So
got
these
into
over
my
here, these
brain.
rations here.
You let that into your
Grab
brain.
them for my sheet.
Hmm?
Grab them for my sheet.
Yeah, there's here.
Okay, they're over there. Got it.
Yeah.
That being said, I would like for everybody to use 1 ration.
Of course.
Yes, Captain.
We're not going to take
Cleaner
ration.
rations, here
We're
we
not going
go.
to take ration from Hall, from Dakar, and from Kyle, because they were paid for by Dakar earlier. So I just need 1 from each of you.
I put one in the big pile. The
And
sacrifice pile.
And Cavelli? Should we just take 1 from the thing here, or you have another one?
No, I ate. He lies.
Okay, she's
No,
not
I'm
eating
telling
a
you.
ration.
I'm telling you to give me 1. Me, the DM, is telling you to give me 1.
I did.
No, you gave me 2 for them, and then those 2 just gave me 1.
And Cavelli's lying, saying she already ate.
I'm not. Nobody's asking you to eat. I'm telling you to eat. There you go. Nope, nobody in
really
character.
like the idea that you think you can, like, bullshit yourself into starving.
Yeah, nobody in character
Around
is
us.
telling you. Nobody in character is telling you to eat. I'm saying it's been a day and a half, so you're gonna eat. So, as everybody would be eating, at this point, Law, would you be going and eating right now with them, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. You and Kyle would be
We
coming
need
over
to
there.
stop for charades for a bit. We've been going for a bit.
Toledo
Toledo's
does
very
not eat.
excitable.
Hall
Toledo
would
just likes
be-
being included.
Hall would be eating by where the horses are. As they would eat, they would stand next to the fire. You would find that they would take off their cloak, which as soon as they would take it off and put it in front of where things are, you would note that immediately the cloak itself seems to be drenched and potentially muddy, as they seem to be basically drying it off / getting some of the muck off of it in front of your guys' fire. They do not take, they don't go as far as taking an eye off of you. They're not looking at each of you, but you do take note that they are very, very aware of you, because every time one of you do make any kind of large movement, they do seem to like perk up slightly.
Don't worry, Cavelli's not moving a lot. They're just staring into her eyes and making sure.
There's no
she
staring into
doesn't-
eyes. They're not looking at your eyes. They're
what's-
messing with their cloak.
Staring at her head.
There you go. Yes, Fabio?
You know what's funny about that is that Fabio would probably be also, having eaten, would also be preening his wings, so there would be a lot of movement from him.
Yeah, every time there's like a thing of you ducking toward one of your wings, there's a slight twitch from them.
He is oblivious of this.
Alright, let's be a bit more blunt. There's a bunch of dangers going on in the world. Which dangers brought you here?
No dangers brought me to you. I'm away from the dangers now. I have recently came back from an expedition. A longer one than I would have wanted at the time.
So, you're a hero of some sort? Or just a guild freelancer?
I'm not a adventurer, if that's what you're asking. I was expeditioning for my master, and it took quite a few months more than I had planned. I recently came up from... They motion over toward the east, as the only thing you guys would note would be to the east from here would either be the tower or the massive lake that is to the east of these forests, which would most likely mean they're either coming from the lake or they're coming from the tower.
I do look wet enough to have surfaced from a lake, though.
I had a bit of a
That
lucky
simple?
break. Whenever I was down below, there was a large waterfall, from what I found. I had no other way to find where I was going, so I just swam up from there. I came from the underground.
Swam up.
Really?
From the Quietmarch, then.
So if you
That is
swam-
impressive.
I have...
You'll have some skills with you. Probably magical if the tower is.
The tower. No, I'm not from that college there. I didn't know where I was going to surface. I shouldn't be anywhere near this place. From my own estimations, I should be somewhere east of here. Potentially making my way up from the mountains there, or even from the marsh. But I did not expect to surface here. I must have been lost for longer than I thought. They look around. It seems winter has come and gone.
I guess the reason you're here might be part of the reason a lot of holes are coming in the ground.
Actually, have you noticed anything like that? Big shakes from the underground?
Like earthquakes.
Because up here in the circle, there have been many chasms just opening up, swallowing up buildings and such.
Chasms. No, I haven't noticed much of anything like that. The first layer of the Quietmarch is usually very calm. But I was traversing lower than that. Lower? I suppose lower is difficult to say about that place. Any layer beyond the first layer of the Quietmarch is actually closer to its own plane than its own level. It's strange to say, but they motion toward the east. When I swam up, I expected to still be underground. I have come from the second layer of the Quietmarch. You don't just come up from that. That's very different.
I'm guessing in the Quietmarch there are ways that are so mundane that saying you went up is just part of the conversation.
Usually, yes, but I literally went straight up. I don't know how to explain it, but I thought that going up was either going to take me to a different layer of the Quietmarch or back to the first layer of the Quietmarch. You say that I had some skill, but when I surfaced, I was only in the water for a very short time.
I see. Sorry. You said swam up the waterfall. I was thinking something else.
I guess I did do that. They like look away at that.
That's very impressive. Though surprised that you're so willingly able to share that you were in lower parts of the Quietmarch. Most people would probably keep that to their chest. Especially with talks of malady and all that.
I don't care about that kind of thing. Even if I did contract a malady, it would not change my own mission.
So,
I don't
fair.
work for the people of this place. I only work for my master. And as long as my master is fine with whatever changes go through me, then I do not care. They look to themselves. I could have a malady if I wouldn't know.
Here's something I feel you should know. This is free information. I'm only telling you this because it might be related to what's going on with you now. And it's going on across the world, so... There's a lot of stuff going on with the Quietmarch. Lots of entrances, lots of holes. And if I were to guess, because you didn't really feel the tremors down below, where you should be feeling the tremors, probably magical in origin.
If for some reason these tremors are opening areas deeper than the first layer of the Quietmarch, then that is fascinating. It could also explain why there's no wreckage that we ever find. Which means that the holes we do find afterwards just are what's left behind. That could also mean that those people we found earlier, as well as those younglings that I'm looking for, are further away than what we originally thought.
It would have to be much deeper then, yes.
You're saying that they're disappeared to the Quietmarch then? Potentially. But that also means that whatever's happening here is no simple earthquake. That's
Unless
actually...
you're lying about feeling earthquakes, or perhaps you had some time travel too. You did mention something about winter coming and going.
Is it not? They look around.
What is the time of year? I don't think we really said.
You guys right now are in spring.
We are in spring.
I made my way into the Quietmarch at around the start of autumn. I had only planned to be there for a few weeks, but I got lost. Whenever I got lost, I wandered mostly aimlessly for a while. But eventually my own skill and power failed me. It was at that point that I knew that I was most likely starving. Meaning that I'd been there for longer than I believed, and I wandered for a few more days before surfacing here. Even then, I couldn't just trust anywhere I went, especially being near that place. Motions over toward the tower. So I went as far as I could away from it, and that led me to these farmlands. I didn't want to just take from any place that I found. That would look bad to myself as well as my master, so I eventually found here. I only surfaced around a day ago.
You're lucky you found us. When it comes to the Quietmarch, there's not a lot of understanding people around.
Spoken as one that hasn't been there.
Not yet. But we're planning to go ourselves. I can at least tell you that much.
So you are adventurers. I had assumed with that pavilion there you were merchants.
The adventure thing is relatively new, but
My bad then. Whenever I approached, I had wondered if you were bandits who were taking over that pavilion there. But then whenever I asked if I could pay for anything, I had assumed that you were merchants. Whenever you were giving it to me before, looks over to Cavelli, I didn't think of the idea that a merchant would willingly part with their goods.
You got something a bit more stubborn.
Sure.
You got a thief parting with their goods.
I can't believe we missed the part where Cavelli was nice to someone for once.
you cannot believe that happened.
You're a thief then.
What happened with Monkio?
As Cavelli kind of stares up.
It was a knight.
Second, kind of sighs. Okay, I'll stuff the charade a little bit. It's a bit of an honor system I have. I assumed you were either an outcast or a thief. That's why I had to approach me. 'Cause
You
if
can
you're
consider
willing-
me an outcast. I'm not, again, I'm not one that cares about most of the people around here. Especially the people that call that tower or the kingdom home.
Is there a
Dang it.
problem with the tower?
They are part of a much larger problem. I don't know anyone specifically there, but the towers themselves, the different magic towers around the world, they are, how do I put, hoarding magical energy, as well as hoarding advancements in magic. The only way you can ever learn anything from them is by going through them, and even then you must decide to stay with them in order to learn more. They are... I wouldn't consider them the worst people that roam this world, but that's mostly because they roam more than this world. These towers, they go far deeper than what the people of the surface understand. They essentially keep going down into the Quietmarch as well.
Really? I suppose that makes sense. Considering, out loud, the hole that's down there.
The best I can say about it without my master's permission is that they are, at best, selfish. At worst, they're actively people who are against the everyman.
Knowing how hoarders usually are, especially with wealth, and in this case magic, it's probably both.
The ones who are over them, the Knights and Templars that are supposedly the ones keeping him in check. From what I understand and from what my master guesses, they are mostly for show. They're ones either in the same pockets as them or they're completely in the higher-ups with them. We don't know exactly which church or organization that they truly call home, usually from many different sects of them. But most people believe that the ones who are in charge of those Knights and Templars, as well as the ones who are in charge of those towers, at the very least, me and my master believe that they are in cooperation, even more so than they believe or show to the everyman. They look as if they're keeping each other in check, when in reality they are
Working together.
most likely they are one and the same. That way people believe that there's some regulation going, But in the end, they shrug. Only those who take part in that place know. I believe them to be a completely unchecked power. The only ones that are able to do much of anything with them are the other towers. That being said, it's not like it would be even any better if the king were in charge of them. They take a big drink of the water that they were given. Again, I'm sorry for being so forward.
Oh, that's all right. I was actually expecting a small round of king apologism before I realized no one was doing it.
Nope.
Honestly, honestly, I'd say all this information very well paid for the meal and drink. Maybe a bit more.
You had asked for information. I wanted to give you as much as I could. There are some things that I can't say, but to be fair, any person that I can try to convince that the powers over them are not looking for their every convenience and for their every well-being is worth it. If I can convince just a few people that those in power are not looking after them and that they should look after themselves, I consider it a good thing. Then what is it you do believe in? Your own power and the ones that you do trust. That's the only thing you should ever believe in this place. Your villages, if you trust them, the leaders that you can talk with, the ones that don't motion toward the tower that seems to go off into fucking the heavens, the ones who don't portray themselves as gods, most likely. Anyone that you can touch, talk to, anyone that you can walk up to a building and just talk with the one in charge. And even then, only if you truly trust them. So just family? Mm-mm. Family can be bought. True bonds. Friendship. And even then, only the closest. That sounds a little hard. She shrugs.
That is quite a restrictive set of lines, but I suppose you keep mentioning this master, so I suppose you were speaking from some sort of experience?
My master, she's very... If the world were ruled by her, it would be a much better place.
Is that so?
If there was anybody that I would be willing to give the power over every living being, it would be her. If there's anybody that I could ascend to godhood, it would be her.
Jeez. That is a lot of trust that you have in this master of yours.
Feels kind of... I mean, sorry to say, but feels kind of hypocritical to just trade one godly being for another, but... Shrugs. For everyone else, probably. I wouldn't. I know it's weird. It goes against what I would say. Yes, don't trust things you can't touch or feel or see, but for some people, it's worth it. For some people that only give, never take, it's worth it. I know that it's, again, hypocritical. But believe me, you would be in a much better spot than you are now. Not that it would ever happen.
Is that so? Do you have a reason why to believe that?
Well, I don't think that there's any way that I can give a single person godly powers, no. If there was, I would. But
I guess the other half would be if they would be willing. Though I guess it is your master, I would assume they are very, what's the right word? Pragmatic?
I wish that I could tell you that such a power would not tempt them, but most likely they would jump at the opportunity to wield that power. It doesn't sound very convincing when I say it that way, though.
I have to admit, you are losing me very quickly.
Well, hearing your
But I
incredibly-
understand that things often have contradictions.
I mean, it would never happen, but if they were handed, let's say, like a amulet that would turn them into a god or something, they would probably...
And they would jump at the opportunity.
They would probably jump at it, and they would probably make sweeping changes, and it would be better.
And it would be better for everyone.
They cross their arms. Just exactly as they are depicted in this image. They're like, it would be better, and I know that goes against everything that I said, but it's true.
Well, being hypocritical isn't a crime.
It's also quite natural.
What's the right term here? Because what I want to say is it makes you human, but we don't do the human thing here. Whatever. Forget it.
Anything with a conscience, effectively. It's what it gives you a personality.
Either way, have you had your fill? You said you were starving before this.
Have you been able to eat well or stay warmer?
They are holding on to the jug of water that they had. They look down into it. It is empty. They look over toward the boar bologna that they once had. It's gone.
You were holding that with a death grip.
We have more hot dogs and stuff if you need more.
More
Actually,
what?
I don't think they know what a hot dog is.
More what?
La,
Sausages,
be a
then?
dear and show them what a hot
A
dog.
hot dog is a very processed sausage.
You see them look to you guys, not with shock or not with confusion, but for a moment with absolute, just not terror, but they look at you guys with a look of, what's the best way to describe it? They give you a very mistrusting look as you mention hot dogs.
She doesn't believe hot dogs. She's not vegan. She's something interesting.
For some reason, they're called hot dogs, but they're made of pork.
Would you like to see one?
La, I think you should prepare one.
I can prepare. I do not have some sort of grill, but I suppose I could make one over the fire.
Law, as you go to stand up to grab a hot dog, you find Toledo move very swiftly in front of you. As you went to get up, you see almost too quick to notice from the others here, but very much noticeable to an extent. Toledo seemed to move before everybody else. They seem to have brought their crossbow out.
I don't have to bring the hot dogs if they're that bad.
It appeared to have been a small black crossbow. Looking at it, the actual bolts of it seem to have been very hastily made. They look as if they're made of some kind of stone and leftover wood. But as they did bring it out, and as Toledo moved in front of you, they looked to Toledo, then they looked to you. Hey, calm down. First off,
Right, I raised my hands like I got nothing, man. I did not mean to alarm you.
You may get them. They put
I am going.
they put their crossbow down and they push it away with their foot.
I am going to slowly walk towards the cart. And I'm going. I'm moving very slowly.
Is this what
Don't
happens
shoot me.
So, like, is this what happens when Chica hear that there's fruit and they've been starving? Like, what the fuck?
You go to grab the hot dog very slowly.
Better call Saul.
You grab the hot dog very slowly. You grab one of the packs of hot dogs. You return very slowly. And as you hold out this hot dog pack, the plastic on it, it says fucking Oscar Mayer or something on it. I don't know what it was. Was it Ballpark or Oscar Mayer? I don't know what it was.
It was Oscar.
It was Oscar Mayer. Okay. As you show them off, they look to you. Where did you get that?
What's the simplest way to explain it?
Please do not fuck with me.
I am not. I'm trying not to.
Okay, let me put it this way. If you think of the Quietmarch as a different realm from this surface, then law comes from a realm beyond the surface, a different world.
Oh. You see the look on their face immediately drop, all tension, as they just look very much embarrassed now. Oh, you're
a visitor.
Oh, and you brought those back from.
We eat these where I'm from Ohio.
Oh, I'm sorry. They bury their face in their hands. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's right. Would you like me to eat one for you?
Oh my god.
Is that a no?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry.
Right,
I didn't know you were a bit. I didn't know that you were like. Oh no.
So, Dika.
Yes.
Bobby leans over to Kyle, like, I didn't know that hot dog was like an elven slur or something. I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't think it is. I don't know.
I hope it's
You
not a
know of
slur.
Ohio.
I don't know of Ohio. No. I'm very sorry. You're a visitor. You're the first we've had in
A long time. That is what the god said as well. Yes.
You've only been talked of in something of story. You're not.
What?
I'm not as long-lived as some of the elves out there. Even among our people, we are not as long-lived as we used to be. But I have seen longer than some. You mentioned earlier thoughts of time. The magics here, they motioned toward the tower, are somewhat out of whack. They are temporal in nature.
Yes, I had heard that. Yes.
I had came here to look into them. I believe last fall, last autumn in the beginning. I was not surprised that I came out longer than I went in. To me, my entire journey felt as if it was maybe a month or two. But as I come out, I am far beyond that at the moment. And that was not out of the ordinary in my thoughts. I expected something would happen of such. I don't know if
Do you need to know the year too, just to be sure that you've not been gone for centuries?
They look at you. They open their mouth. They do close it. Yes, please.
It's currently blah.
It's only been okay. It's fine. I've only been gone about half a year. At first, they looked like they were gonna be like, "There's no way I've been gone for a century," but then they look around, they're like, "Maybe I had." Just tell me.
Just tell me, just please, let's get this thing over with.
I've only been gone for about half a year. And again, that was well within thoughts. But I've seen beyond that. I've lived beyond that. This is not my first foray with magics of time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
I've been sent through several times before. But
Are there hot dogs in the future?
I've never been to the future. I mean, I guess I'm always going to the future, but not like that. Oh,
Hot
God.
dogs in the past?
You don't come back. No, it's not what I mean.
Wait a minute.
I'm so dumb. What I'm trying to say is that
Yes.
I know of what visitors are and how important that's amazing. I'm so sorry that I pulled my crossbow on you.
That's alright. I expected to happen more
I
times.
thought it was
from different
I
people.
thought it was something else. I'm so sorry.
What could you have thought when we said hot dogs was the issue?
I thought that you had stolen them.
Stolen them?
Yes, I'm sorry. Don't worry about. I can't talk on it.
You know someone who
Who
is.
we steal them from? No, not that we will, but
I'm not. I can't speak anymore on the subject. I'm so sorry. Just know that I'm dumb. Is all you need to know.
It's okay.
That's-
I'm dumb too.
Yeah, Fabio is our dumbest individual, but we love him very much.
I'm so sorry. I will make it up to you. I did not mean to threaten you.
No, that's alright. I've already cooked. I just had like the steak on a hot dog just the entire time we're talking.
Mhm. Either way,
I've had clients pull knives on me before. This is fine.
oh, sorry.
Criminal court is scary.
I don't know what that is, but I will agree with you because I'm dumb and I just want you to
Here's
feel
your
at ease now.
hot dog. Here's your hot dog.
Thank you.
I love this so much.
They will take the hot dog and they will eat it very normally. You would note
She's so normal.
you would note Law, they eat this more normal than anyone else so far has. They just sort of eat it as you would think a regular person would. They don't like inspect it. They don't start trying to eat it from the side or anything. They just immediately
you
just
are
like no.
eating it so normally.
that's
Also,
how
going
you're
from the
supposed
side
to
is
do it?
better.
It's not. You're making it harder to have the whole hot dog.
It's a
I thought
workout.
You're supposed to eat it from the top, like where the toppings are.
Yeah, watch as they just gulp it down in one bite. I'm playing.
Like a snake.
No. Thank you. These are very good.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry I'm eating all of your food. I will pay all of you for this.
That's adequate, alright.
I will take one more ration from your guys' pile.
That's fair.
As they will at any rate, they will definitely eat probably more than one of those.
Damn, these good.
As you guys finally get them calm, they seem a lot less on edge now that they know that you're a visitor. It seems like they are currently in a good mood, as far as things are concerned. I was wondering what kind of people that I had found, and now that I know that you are traveling with a visitor and that the world seems to be healing from its long problems that have been going on, I'm very glad. And if there is any aid that I could give you, visitor, let me know. We would be honored to give any good thoughts of this world instead of only telling you of all the bad ones. As they again
They're
just
making
look
like
down.
a long laundry list. Don't trust anyone. Never trust anything. Except my master, who you should give all your money to.
Huh, my list is shorter.
Trust no one.
Just that's it.
As Stanford just nods.
If there's any information you could want, excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't have any of your names. I am Kaen'rel.
It's good to meet you. I myself am Law.
I'm Fabio.
Right now, you can call me Kay.
Not to be confused with Cal, who's over there.
There we go. I had to put in their name, Kaen'rel.
Yeah.
Blah. Everybody explains who they are.
And that's Toledo. Toledo can't speak.
Toledo, after having jumped in front of you to defend you, is currently just kind of floating, just this happy-go-lucky. He's fine.
Thank you, Toledo. You are so brave.
That's a very admirable familiar.
Toledo is what is the word? Very happy to serve.
I had heard that visitors are potentially favored by gods and given abilities whenever they come to this world. Was that the one you were given?
No. I was tricked into this one.
Oh. I'm sure that you have some kind of special power or talent. What were you given from entry into this place? Unless that is a fiction that I'm only regurgitating.
I got a new body. I got a pillow.
Oh, okay.
It's apparently a very powerful magical item, that pillow, from what we've seen.
It should, obviously. The last visitor, I believe, on any sort of record, apparently was given a suit of armor that could never break or be penetrated.
This one lets you have really good sleep.
That sounds wonderful as well.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I wasted all of my gift points getting a new body.
I wasted all my gift points getting a dick.
You didn't even want.
Perfectly spent, by the way. You don't need to know about that.
What was that?
Perfectly spent, by the way, but you don't need to know about that.
Well, again, if there's any questions any of you have, especially you, Law, I am more than happy to give that information in exchange for this. Or, again, just money. They pull out, like, a small satchel of glass.
I was wondering, you had mentioned that the tower had temporal magics. We'd heard something similar before, that it had been, as you had mentioned, out of whack.
Unfortunately...
We haven't been able to ascertain why.
Unfortunately, I can't explain everything that I found, only to my master. But to be fair, I didn't find much on it to begin with. What I can say is that this is unlike any temporal magics that we've ever experienced. I suppose it'd be easy enough to say this. It appears to not be amazingly relevant to the tower itself. I do not believe that they are the ones that did this. I believe they are taking advantage of it, but this is going to sound odd, but I believe if there's any group of people who could understand odd, it would be the visitors party. It appears to originate from the future.
Huh.
Is that so?
Which again, as I
Yeah,
mentioned
somehow-
earlier, should not be possible. No matter any temporal magics I've ever seen, it is only one way from our time now to tomorrow. That way. It is only going forward. But these magics seem to be of a near almost godly power coming from back. It is not a spell anyone that I know could possibly cast, and I know the greatest of all temporal magic experts. That being said, whenever it comes to who or why, I don't know. The only other thing that I can tell you is that obviously that means that something has come from that side. Something came from the future. And that something, I believe, is still inside of that tower. I don't know if they know of it, or if they're just taking advantage of the temporal magics that are resonating from it, but something has shown itself in that tower from the future. And whatever it is still there, and is somehow keeping itself open.
Open, as in allowing itself to... What, continue?
I believe it is staying open for the one that had made its way, meaning they most likely are trying to accomplish something and then return.
Oh, it is not a one-way trip.
I've already said this much, but to the extent that I can tell you, that is my thoughts on the subject. I believe that something has came from the future, has some business with that tower, and they don't know of it, meaning whoever it is not in allegiance with them, meaning I like them, because I don't like the ones in the tower.
That is very complicated. I think I understand. I think.
The enemy of my enemy. I suppose. I don't know what my master will think of it whenever I bring this information to her, but from what I know, they are not as knowledgeable about it as I am. Meaning, while those fools of the tower are probably looking into it, they are also vastly underinformed on it. And that gives me a lot of hope and a lot of happiness to know.
Well, if that... Is this something you can hold to your heart, then I suppose that makes sense. I suppose talking on that, would you happen to know, if we've gotten this far, anything about the prince?
The prince? Of what?
Of this land.
The one that has died? Mm-hmm. Has there been a new prince already? I would have sworn he would have waited for one of his parties.
Not that is known.
He made another one.
They don't seem to know of this prince you speak of.
Yeah, just toss the sentence, confirmed if they were alive or dead in her head, and went, okay, understood.
What is a snake's favorite subject?
History.
You got
History.
it. You got it. You got
We're
it.
so good.
I know these. I know jokes.
If that snake was a feminist, it'd be her story.
But yes, continue, sorry.
Sorry, I was laughing so hard. I had to BRB.
Thank you. I thought it was funny, but all right.
I don't know what we just said. I'm so sorry. I was opening a thing.
Literally just brought up the prince. It's like, oh, yeah,
yes.
The one that's dead, and we went, yep, and then the conversation died.
Why do you bring them up?
I was trying to get acquainted with this land is all.
I believe, from what I remember of them, they were called Zaroer. From what I know, one of my colleagues had a lot of hope for them whenever they were born. They were mostly just happy to see that there was an heir being shown to the kingdom, meaning that hopefully that meant that the king would be gone soon. Unfortunately, that was... What year did you say it was?
Oh, blah.
That was around 70 years ago or so. Around 60-ish years ago. So... Shrugs.
You know, I'm gonna just say it out loud in our combined psychic language. I would like to breach this topic, but I would like to check with the two of you psychically.
From what we've seen and understand of this woman, she is very anti-establishment, anti both the tower and the kingdom.
I mean, I'm just making sure we're all consenting outside of game for a bit.
And in the meta, we also are aware of who her master is.
What are you talking about?
Because we have lined up
worry
every
about
domino for it to figure it out already in character.
Don't worry
What do you
about
mean?
it. Don't worry about
But
it.
I'm Fabio, not Taliesin. I can't put two and two together to make fit.
Me if I was Taliesin. We have reason to believe that the prince is still alive.
Is that so?
In that tower specifically.
They seem to stare over toward it. That would make somewhat sense. From what I know, they were given to that tower whenever they came of age. They had shown some kind of magical prowess, but apparently they died in it. Are you saying that they've been instead keeping this fact away from their father or anything of that nature?
We're not sure exactly.
At the worst case,
At
the worst case, we believe that they may know that he's been there. I wouldn't put it past him.
It's a possibility.
Sorry, I don't have a great opinion. I don't have a great opinion of that weird man.
He's too tall and too blonde.
He's too tall and too blonde, and I hate him.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
You're just jealous of his potent seed.
They reach back for their crossbow.
Seed.
No, I'm playing.
His potent seed. Don't say that.
Either
We've
way.
made so many jokes.
Is that what you're wanting to know about that place then? Is that why you asked about the tower? You're heading there.
Yes, we are heading there
That's
for
right.
a laundry list of reasons, but we're not allied with them in any particular way. In fact, we're taking one of the people they're trying to initiate.
Interesting. As much as I hate them, I would say that that is foolish to hope that you're going to get out of it unscathed, but it does seem as if they are currently the weakest they could possibly be, at least information-wise. Most of them are still busy looking into these temporal magics. So...
I mean, simply mentioned, we're also planning on grabbing the prince, hopefully. There are many things that we're trying to get from there.
Well, if you do happen to get them, perhaps there should be a meetup further on then. Because if you are releasing a captive prince, there's not going to be a great place for them to go. But if you'd like, I could bring this to my master. I'm sure that they'll be interested at the very least.
I guess we didn't really think that hard beyond trying to leave the island with them somehow.
I'm guessing that if they've been there for the past 70 years, that there's a reason why they haven't left. Maybe they are working with that tower, or maybe they're an asset to it. Either way, it would be terribly naive to think that taking that person would not result in someone wanting to tail them.
Or at least there's any form of consequences.
There is one place that you could go.
Is that so?
The same place everybody else goes whenever someone's tailing them. If you are in too much trouble, you can run off to the Quietmarch. I'm eating the other half of my Laffy Taffy. Give me a second. Had to get it out. Had to get it out. It was stuck in there. Oh.
I mean, there is a way under there from the tower. It wouldn't take too much to try to escape. Maybe if there's a way, maybe.
I wouldn't recommend that. They do have plenty of area beneath there, but most likely it'll be very dangerous. You'll be on their turf under there, and they would know that place a lot more than you.
That is true.
The fine hole that you came out of, then.
That one, I would also not amazingly recommend. They look over toward the east.
I don't believe I'm very good at swimming up waterfalls.
Well, the thing is, you'd be swimming down it. That being said, there is another alternative. You see them reach up to the nice little pin that is up in their ear. You see where the little leaves are up there. She seems to, when she reaches up, take one from there. She takes the green one that is pinned behind her ear. As she does, she steps her way over toward Kaen'rel. You should take this.
Looks at it. Now the suspicious one.
Sniff it, sniff it.
Sniffing it.
You'll find nothing wrong with it. This is just a part of my power. What it does is it'll take you where I want you to go. And at the moment, I'll make it a little escape for you. I would be able to give you all more, but at the moment my power isn't at its peak. That being said, if you take this leaf, it should be able to take a small group of people to a safe place in the Quietmarch. One that you'll be able to leave relatively well. Whether that's you or any other people you might find in that place that you're wanting to get rid of, I leave that up to you. But I'll remind you, it is only going to work for a small group of people. So if you use this on someone else instead of yourself, you will have to escape on your own.
I'll take it then. Thank you.
As she hands you that leaf, you find that whenever you look to it, it does not seem like one of those leaves you have seen around. It does not seem like one of those kobold leaves. It does not seem like any kind of thing like that. As you look to it, it also doesn't seem to remind you of a regular leaf at all. It feels warm, as if it's alive. Which again, It's a leaf picked from a fucking tree. It shouldn't be alive anymore.
A thing should be dead.
I know. All of this special leaves thing from the forest in here. Guess I gotta learn to appreciate nature more.
I would think that that'd be a good thing, yes, but as I mentioned, that came from me.
It's like you grew it from your. I thought you were kind of just covered in them from being in the forest. I'll be real.
Hold on, Fabio, stop.
What?
You stopped your sentence way too preemptively. From your what?
I said from you.
No. You said your, and then you stopped yourself. What were you gonna
I
say?
believe that is it, Kaibeli. I believe it was just a word.
Maybe from
confusion.
your body.
Probably that. Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's
What were you
good.
thinking?
Where were you, Kaibeli?
Gross. I'm blank.
Back of the ear like a magician.
They take their cloak back up from the ground. As they do, they place it upon their shoulders once again. I thank you all for the talk and the fire, as well as the food.
You're welcome.
We hope it's been a respite. You sound like you've had a long journey.
It's finally coming to an end, and then another one will start. That being said, if you don't mind, I would still like to maybe sit by, maybe over there. They motion over toward where one of the logs are, at least until you all pack up.
Sure.
And again, if you have any questions for me, if I can answer them, I'll be more than happy to. But for the time being, you've given me a lot to think about, a lot more than I thought you would. So I can only ever return in kind.
Just know we're still strangers, so I'm taking these logs directly in front of yours. Just to make sure, you know. Don't go stealing anything from us, all that kind of stuff. You know how it goes.
Right.
She's a very suspicious girl. That Kay. He almost said her name, but he realized he wants to speak.
We've already said her name. We've already said her name, so it's...
It's fine.
You see that Kaen'rel makes their way over toward one of the trees, just sort of sits back against it, sort of spreads the cloak behind them up against it. It looks like that makes it a little bit more comfortable for them. As
Girl,
they
I
sit
think
there,
you need the pillow tonight.
as they sit there, they mostly just look forward, gives like a reassuring smile, but definitely looks as if they are deep in thought now. I would like to ask, does anybody want to ask them anything else or talk to them else in any way?
I'm out of questions. I don't know about you guys.
Which body part was it? I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I cannot
god.
personally think of any more questions for her that aren't who her master is, because she won't say.
Num num num.
That delicious meal. I'm good. I don't know about the rest of you, but I exhausted the immediate list of questions.
Okay. If that's the case, the night will pass you all by. As it does, you guys will awake the next morning. Upon doing so, you will see that Kaen'rel is still sleeping over by the tree in front of where the fire is. Kaiveli over by this log on the other side of the tree.
As per usual, yeah.
As they said they would do. as you guys begin to all start to pack your things up.
Two girls sleeping in a forest in Freedom Park.
Because they're not friends.
Because they're not friends.
You guys will find that once you guys look as if you are ready to go, they will stand themselves up, brush themselves off. It was quite restful to be around people that I didn't have to fear. Knowing that you're a visitor really seemed to help me out.
I'm glad.
That being said,
Could have been,
go ahead,
could have
Gabrielle.
been scared a little.
I have been taught that visitors and their parties should be trusted. If you would have said it from the very beginning, things would have been a lot different, but I do commend you on not doing that. As I'm not someone who would take advantage of hearing such a thing, other people might. If they believed you, or knew exactly what it even was. That being said,
That does seem to be it, yes.
That being said, I still do not have my power back, so I'm gonna start my walk.
All right then.
Safe travels then.
Same to you. I hope that you find whatever it is you're looking for in that place, and I hope that the boon that I gave you will aid you. I will let my master know of you, and I'll let them know that you may be wanting to try to connect.
Of course.
Kaen'rel will give a small bow, and then with their crossbow in hand, they will turn and start to walk back away over to the north.
Her master is very mysterious, it seems.
I am happy to not have that over a pack of hot dogs.
That is true. Hopefully we'll get to meet her someday.
Especially if their master knows about hot dogs. Maybe we can find more.
Mm-hmm. And
That
temporal
is a
magics, that's
fun-
interesting.
Mhm.
That's a rare thing.
Apparently, what we call time travel is unprecedented. So I don't know what anyone would be doing at. Why are you people laughing at me?
We're laughing out of character, you see, because we're aware of things, and it's
I
funny.
don't know what you're talking
the
about.
nowhere, the nowhere. Yeah, get over yourself.
I don't know what you're
The
talking about.
nowhere.
Nowhere's in the chat. Smile.
I wonder if you guys have heard of any other character that can only travel forward in time, talking about temporal
Yeah.
magics being here, has access to hot dogs.
Wait a minute. You mean I didn't know
Lord
you knew that
Pollo?
One Piece character?
It's Lord Pollo. It was always Lord Pollo, even though we just said that it could never exist. That's how we got here.
But no. As you guys would get yourselves ready, you would begin to make your way going toward the tower. As we go, it appears to me that you guys have decided against going straight into the tower. You guys would like to rather make your way over toward the southern bridge.
Yeah.
Staying on the outskirts of the major city here outside of the tower, you follow the pathway that you were told, making your way down into the small settlements outside of the southern bridge. As you guys do, you see that unlike the city that you were just in, this seems to have a much more of a village feel. There is it's a large village, that's for sure, but definitely much more of a outdoorsy kind of feel than the others. You find that there's a lot of different carpenters as well as a lot of different woodsmen out and about doing their day. Some of them carrying in hunts, some of them carrying large logs across from the way. You do find that there is a decent bit of traffic looking as if it's coming from the southern bridge, but not as much as you would have seen, like that you would expect to see. especially whenever you think back toward the northern bridge you guys are at, or I guess the western bridge you guys are at, where there was not really a lot from what you could see. You're wondering how much foot traffic or how much actual trade happens in this place. But as you all do make your way toward and around, I made a little mark. No.
Oh,
No, I made a little dot. It's gone. I got it. As you guys do look off and around in this place, you're going to be looking for a small building that has that title. As you're looking around, I think that for the night, we should end things here.
I think that is a good idea.
Because I believe that anything we go into will most likely be a little bit longer than what I would be comfortable with at the moment.
Have mercy on me.
Too.
Yum, yum, yum,
We
yum.
did it. We did it. We met the girl.
I'm going to end the recording so we can say things. And when the recording is over, I hope you guys have fun. We'll see you guys next week for some more of this. And probably actually getting to the tower. We'll see how things go. Till next time, guys, like always. 1 second. Hold on, not that one. I already read that one. Hold on. Hold on. What type of pick do you take with a surfer? A surfy.
That one was really bad.
There it is.
Yeah, that one was really bad.
I thought it would be a shelfie, but that's just me.